Hello everyone, I'm Sarah of Rich Textures Crochet and welcome. Today we're going to learn how to crochet the Everyday Dishcloth. This is the dishcloth you see here in front of you. This is has a wonderful texture. It's double-sided. It's not too rough or abrasive, but still has that look and scrubbing power behind it, being a tough stitch. Now, the stitch crochet dishcloth is fairly simple to work. It measures about 8 inches by 8 inches, and I'll give you some instruction on how to adjust the size if you wish. Today for the tutorial, we're going to be using a little bit of a worsted or medium weight cotton. This is the Dishie cotton by KintPicks WeCrochet, and there's 190 yards in this ball. You're not going to need the whole thing, only about 120, 150, closer to 120 yards for one dishcloth. You can work it as a solid color, as I'm going to here today, or you can switch it up and work it in multiple colors. It's just a great dishcloth for using up that cotton yarn and those scraps. So thank you so much for joining me. While you're here, I invite you to subscribe. Take a look around. This channel is updated every single week with free crochet patterns and stitch tutorials. And I forgot to mention the crochet hook. You're going to need a 5mm or an H8 crochet hook for this project along with your yarn. If you haven't checked it out already, down in the description of this video you'll find a direct link to the free written instructions, which are on my website at richtexturescrochet.com. Let's grab our hooks and yarn and get started. Now our dishcloth today is worked in rows. Starting up down at the bottom, you're going to start by making a slip knot. You're then going to work a foundation chain, and for your dishcloth you're going to need an even number of stitches. Now for the size I'm working, the 8 inches, we're going to chain 30 chains. There's 20. And 30. Once you have that foundation chain worked, you're going to begin by working row 1 with a single crochet into the second chain from your hook, and then single crochet into each stitch all the way across. At the end of the row, you're going to have a total of 29 stitches. Your chain 1 at the start does not count as a stitch. At the end of row 1, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. Now for row 2, we're going to work a slip stitch into our first stitch. Your chain 1 does not count as a stitch, so you're working into the stitch at the base. Simply slip stitch into that first stitch. You're then going to work a half double crochet into the next stitch. Then slip stitch into your next. We're going to repeat this all the way across, half double crochet into your next stitch, followed by a slip stitch into your next. Half double crochet, followed by slip stitch, all the way across. You're going to finish off the row with one slip stitch in the final stitch. So I'm here at the end of my row 2, working a final slip stitch into that final stitch. You're going to chain 1 and turn your work. Now for row 3, we're going to begin working into this first slip stitch at the base of our turning chain, and you're going to begin by working one half double crochet. You're then going to slip stitch into the next stitch. Half double crochet into your next slip stitch. You're going to repeat this all the way across, slip stitch into the next stitch, half double crochet into the next, slip stitch, followed by half double crochet all the way across, and at the end of row 3 you're going to finish off with a half double crochet into your final stitch. I am here at the end of my row 3 working a final half double crochet into that final stitch. You're going to chain 1, turn your work. Now for rows 4 through to 29, you're simply going to repeat your rows 2 and 3. So row 2 beginning with the slip stitch, followed by the half double crochet, and then row 3 beginning with the half double crochet, followed by your slip stitch. You're going to repeat rows 2 and 3 for a total of 13 more times. That will bring you to the end of row 29. Otherwise, you may work the dishcloth to your desired length. Mine, after the 29 rows, was almost square, and so that's when I chose to stop. So at the end of row 29, you can meet me back here. Once you have worked through to the end of row 29, this is what your dishcloth is going to look like so far. We're going to work one more row before working our edging, and for row 30, you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. You're then simply going to work 1 single crochet into the top of that first stitch, which was a half double crochet, and then single crochet into each stitch all the way across. You'll have continued to have a total of 29 stitches in each row throughout your dishcloth. I am almost all the way across here in my final row. Once you come all the way across, there's no need to fasten off. You're simply going to chain 1 and turn your work. To finish off our dishcloth, we're going to add a simple edging. The simple edging is going to be single crochet stitches worked all the way around. So we're going to start round 1 of our edging by working 3 single crochet stitches into this first corner stitch. You're then going to work 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way across until you come to the next corner stitch, until you come to the final stitch. When you come across to this final stitch, work a single crochet in the final stitch. You're then going to work 1 single crochet in the corner stitch, and then turn your work so that you're working along this rough side, and we're now going to evenly work 27 single crochet stitches all the way across. Now if you wish, you can change the number of stitches. Simply make note of it so that you can work the same on both of your ends. So I'm going to work 27 stitches all the way down evenly and to my next corner stitch. When you come to your next corner stitch, work 1 single crochet into that corner stitch, turn and work a single crochet in each stitch all the way across. Again, you're going to continue work one in your corner stitch, continue up the opposite side, working your 27 stitches evenly, and then across to that first stitch where you will join. I'm going to continue working all the way across here, and then I'll meet you when I come back to my first stitch. When you come all the way around at the end of round 1, you'll have worked your 27 stitches along your rough edge. You're going to join then with a slip stitch into the top of the first stitch. You're then going to chain 1, continue working in the same direction, so do not turn, and we're going to work a single crochet into our first stitch, and then 3 single crochets into our next corner stitch. You're then going to work 1 single crochet into each stitch all the way across to your next corner stitch. When you come to that corner stitch, you're going to work 3 single crochets into your corner. You're going to continue working in that way, 1 single crochet in each stitch and 3 single crochets into each of your 4 corner stitches until you come around to your first stitch where you will join with a slip stitch. I'm just going to continue working across until I come to my next corner. So I'm going to find my corner stitch here. I have 3 in this corner. There's 1 more. And now work 3 stitches all into this same corner stitch, which will bring me around to my next side, and I'm going to single crochet across. Just continue along until you come back to your first stitch. I am just coming around here working my final stitch in my second round. You're then going to join with a slip stitch into the top of your first stitch, and you can then go ahead and fasten off. Finally, taking a yarn needle, you're going to go ahead and thread that tail through and finish off your dishcloth by tucking in that end. Clip off any tails. And then that is it. That is all there is to working this wonderful everyday dishcloth. So thank you so much for joining me. Once again, I invite you to subscribe. Take a look around if you happen to make your everyday dishcloth and post it on social media. Do be sure to tag Rich Textures Crochet. I always love to come by and admire your work. Head over to richtexturescrochet.com and you'll find those free written instructions once again. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, happy crocheting. Bye.